that impossible thing can be made possible. Welcome to today's episode on realities of life. The topic we want to look at today says believe, only believe.
Welcome to the Realities of Life series.
Sometimes in life, we come face to face with situations and challenges that seem very, very impossible, that one begins to imagine, will it ever be possible in life? Or will it ever change? The situations come with some emotional and psychological trauma. When you think about the situation or the circumstance, you feel that it's not possible at all. For example, sometimes you find some people feeling, will this doctor's diagnosis concerning you? You begin to wonder, will this sickness ever be healed? Then you begin to check, will I ever clear the debts before me? Will I ever be able to pay my house rent and these mortgages? Will I ever be able to do so? And sometimes somebody begins to wonder, can I ever own a car in my life or own my own house? And while some people think, I don't know your age, but you begin to wonder, can I ever get married considering the situations around you? If you're a girl, and some men will begin to wonder, will it be possible for them to get married considering the financial situation? And then some people, sometimes you feel, will it ever be possible for you to bounce back financially and restore back your glory once again? And then those people that are married already, they begin to wonder, will this womb of mine ever carry a baby? I mean, from what doctors have said, it looks impossible. And again, some people also feel the reproach, because that's a kind of reproach on somebody. Will this reproach ever be removed from me? And will I ever get these contracts? Or will I ever get this position? You know, these kind of questions, they keep coming in the mind. And some people desire, I want to travel abroad. Will I ever get a visa to travel abroad? Is it possible? And sometimes some people feel, will I ever see this case come to an end? And it's not just coming to an end. What will be the outcome? How will it come to an end? So the imagination goes on and on. Will I ever get up from this sick bed? Will this my wife, this my husband, this ever get up from this sick bed? How will it be and where will it be that the situation around you now will ever change? With what people have said, with past events and history, and by every means, I mean, it looks impossible. And so because of that, quite a good number have lost hope. They're just existing, feeling anything goes. I don't know your own situation. I don't know the impossibility that is, surrounding you right now. But I have good news for you. This very moment, I want to remind you of what God has said. God has said to us in Mark 9:23. If you start from 19 to that 23, you will discover that there was a case of a man that had a child, a grown-up boy that could not talk all the while and so on. And he brought the boy to the disciples to help get him healed, and they couldn't. When Jesus came, the man said to him, please, Sir, help me, because your disciples could not. And he said, if you can, help me, let this boy get healed. And Jesus replied and said, not if I can, but if you can believe. That if you believe, in verse 23, it says, if you believe, all things are possible to him that believeth. And I discovered that in God, what he wants from us is just to believe. Because as far as God is concerned, there is nothing impossible. And then, something happened in Mark 10:27. And the same Jesus said here, he said, well, what has happened, to just summarize it, he said, with man, it's not possible, but not with God. For with God, all things are possible. And so based on that, don't judge the situation by your own level of thinking. Judge the situation by what God has said. The word of God is true, sure, real. It happens. If you begin to believe today and removing every kind of doubt, no iota of doubt, just believe the word of God as it is. I have good news. I am telling you, you can get up from that bed. If you get up now and say, God, I believe, and you get up from that place, you find that, just try and do what you have not been doing before. You can do it. I know of somebody who has been worried how to clear the debt. One day he got an email, and the letter said, we have decided to write off all your bills, so you don't have to bother again. It was unbelievable, but that was what happened. So God can clear your debts overnight. You know, I have seen people that lost hope, and then hope was restored. Don't give up on yourself. God is there for you. One man was asked by the landlord to pack away from the house. So he was like stranded. And after the pleading and much pleading, the landlord refused. So he decided to go to the pastor. He kept praying with the wife, and he went to the pastor. He went to the pastor of his church to tell him about this, to know whether there is any place they can give him, maybe church place, so that they can pack their things and manage as they look for a house, because they couldn't pay. You know what? Immediately he entered the pastor's office. Pastor said, hey, welcome, sir. I was just thinking about you. Without him telling the pastor anything, the pastor said, there is an offer. I want to see whether it will. Somebody came to me asking me, is there a good person in this church that can take over my BQ of 3-bedroom flats, because they are traveling abroad to stay there and live there. Is there a good person that can come and stay there and be taking care of the compound and so on? You came to my mind. And here you are. Do you think you can take up that? The man put his hand on his chest and said, what? This is unbelievable. Am I dreaming? And what did he say? He said, I just came to ask you, is there a corner we can pack our things? Because the landlord asked us to go. And the pastor said, wow, see how God can work. What am I telling you? That was how this man moved into a better accommodation with a big compound, Lister there to supply light, then borehole there for him to have water and the rest of them. I don't know your case, but God is behind the scene working for you. He's behind the scene planning that your womb will carry baby. He's behind the scene working that your business will bounce back. He's behind the scene working that you pass that exam. That visa will be gotten. I tell you, that marriage will take place. That person will come. That case will end in your favor. I don't know what it is. But if you can believe me today, wherever you are, you can just raise your hand and say, Lord, I believe you. It's not me, just believe God. The creator of the universe has everything in his hand. He's a protocol breaker. He is a destiny changer. He is a story changer. I want to tell you, you are next in line. The miracle is just before you. Only believe and you will see the result. Thank you so much for listening, and just begin to smile and raise your hand and begin to thank God for the impossibility in your life will become possible. Thank you so much for listening. Congratulations in advance. Remember, always like and always share if you have subscribed. If you haven't, subscribe. God bless you.
We hope that you've been richly blessed by this episode of the Realities of Life series.